So welcome to the first of the workouts, if you want to call this a workout, because it is. It's an exercise program that's going to work you in a way that will get you focusing on muscles that move when you breathe. And this is really important. This is the most fundamental movement of all. Our breath is a movement. It moves muscles in the body, but it's fundamental to life. We don't breathe, we don't live. So focusing and keying in on our breath can really help us in lots of ways. It can help those muscles that work when we breathe. It can strengthen them when you focus on your breath. But it can also really help us to focus our attention on our mind, and it helps to calm the body. So if you're feeling a little anxious, this is such a great thing to do. You can do this session at any time. You could do it at night time if you're struggling to sleep. I know I find this really helps me when I'm struggling to sleep if I focus on my breath. So you don't need to watch this, you could just listen to my voice, and just make sure you're in a comfortable position. I'm in a kneeling position right now. You could be lying on the floor or lying in bed. You could be sat down, but just make sure your back is comfortable. Whatever position you're in, you need your back to be comfortable. So if you're in a chair, sit back into the chair, have your back nice and tall, but have your back supported. Or if you're pregnant, this workout series is for absolutely everybody. If you're pregnant, you could sit on a birthing ball and just allow the ball to move a little bit as you're sat on it. I'm in a kneeling position, and this means that it keeps my back up nice and tall. So that's good as well. All right, so nice relaxed back. Take a big deep breath. Start with your breath, and you're going to inhale. Now I choose to breathe in through the nose and out through my nose. You can breathe out through the nose or through your mouth, either is fine. But what I want you to do is just focus on what's happening as you breathe. So inhale through the nose. You might want to put some fingers onto just one nostril, just so you kind of focus that air coming into the nose. And then as you exhale, think and feel how your body relaxes as you exhale. So do that again. Inhale through the nose and then exhale. And get that sinking feeling with your out breath. Now let's think, as you continue to breathe now, just think about what's happening as you breathe. The air is going in through your nostrils, going down into your lungs. Your lungs are inflating. That air is then being carried through the lungs, and the oxygen is then taken through the bloodstream and is pumped by your heart around the whole of your body to basically keep your body alive, to feed all those parts of your body that need to be working right now. Isn't that just phenomenal? Just that action of breath, what that's doing for you right now. So let's just really think about that. Take another breath. Inhale, exhale. And just think for a moment of how amazing your body is, that it does just that alone, that it's keeping your body functioning, all those parts of your body. So your heart is pumping and sending that blood around your body, right down to your fingertips, to your toes, to your brain, to your stomach, to every part of your body that has that blood supply and needs that blood supply to survive. Your body does all that just by your breath. That alone is phenomenal. Now let's think about the muscles that are working as you breathe. So we know the lungs inflate as you inhale, but just below the lungs is your diaphragm, and this is a really important breath muscle because that has to move with your rib cage. So what happens when you inhale? The muscle contracts and lowers, the diaphragm comes down, and as it comes down, the pelvic floor relaxes and opens. So if you think of the diaphragm just below the rib cage at the top of a drum, so it's the top surface of a drum, and your pelvic floor is at the bottom of that drum. We'll talk about this more when we talk about the core muscles, because these are your core muscles. But just think of a drum below your rib cage, and as you inhale, they drop, they're lower, and as you exhale, they lift up. And as they lift up, the rib cage comes in and down. Now I want you to go with that feeling of the rib cage coming in down. So you inhale, they go down, and as you exhale, they come up inside. So the diaphragm comes up inside your rib cage, and your rib cage comes in and down and drops down. And I want you to go with that dropping down feeling of the rib cage And go with a sinking feeling in your body as you do that. So inhale. Feel the rib cage expand. Diaphragm is lowering as you exhale. Diaphragm comes up, rib cage comes down. And just keep focusing on that lowering, sinking and relaxing of your body. And now with that, I want you to prolong your out breath. So inhale through the nose. You can use your fingers on your nose if you want to. Inhale. And then exhale. And now keep exhaling and relax and keep breathing out and keep relaxing and sinking into the floor. Do that for me 2 more times. Inhale. Feel the rib cage expand, and then as you exhale, it comes down and relaxes and lowers, continues to relax and lower and lower and lower. Now you can turn this video off now, but keep focusing on that relaxation feel if you want to until you've fallen asleep, if that's your goal. Or if you wanted to energize yourself by your breathing, you can take a couple more breaths, really focusing more on the in breath, so really expanding the lungs and breathing out a little bit more quickly, and then you can move on into the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me.